Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 2. My good God almighty, my heart is in pieces. I'm not sure whether I've got a full season of this in me, but also I may have no choice but to have a full season of this in me because, yeah, lots of like Liverpool title winning vibes to how they go on about this so far. Going to these tricky grounds, tricky environments against teams that are defending for their lives and somehow against the odds managing to come out with 3 points. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. What do we call that? We call that title winning form, but only when you win the title. And right now, Liverpool finished the Crystal Palace game top of the Premier League. Will they stay there? Of course, there'll be a lot of you watching this video after the fact. After Arsenal play Aston Villa at Villa Park, and we'll know more clearly what that means for us. But in terms of keeping going, keeping the pressure on, big, huge, massive, ridiculously big 3 points for Liverpool. And look, on the balance of play, I don't know about saying they didn't deserve it because it's another situation where they've got lots of the ball, but in a different way to the Sheffield United game, we just didn't threaten. We really didn't threaten, and I think you can pinpoint a couple of decisions. I think there's a couple of tactical decisions from Liverpool. I think the decision to take Endo off, move Trent into the middle, that was the headline we were looking for, but actually in reality putting Joe Gomez to right back, huge. He picks up man of the match from TNT Sports. I think it's a toss-up between him and Harvey Elliot. Obviously, Elliot getting the goal. But what Gomez did functionally for us was he made the pitch really, really big. It stretched that Crystal Palace backline. And they want to stay compact. They want to keep their bodies within the width of the 18-yard box. But they had no choice but to try and get to him. And that just gave Liverpool more options. Putting Salah more central in and around the box. That was a big knock-on impact of that as well. But obviously, the other one, it has to be said, is the red card for Ayew. It means that it kind of stunts Palace's ability to go the other way. And now I was a little concerned that meant they'd dig in like deeper than I'm a celebrity tick. But as it turned out, it actually did help Liverpool because Palace wanted to try and offer something still, but it just left them with one less man on the pitch. But also Harvey Elliot, absolutely brilliant. He was, and it's one of, if he'd been on the pitch a little longer, I think he'd be an absolute shoo-in for man of the match. He was brilliant. He was magical on the ball, and he exploited the space he was playing nominally from the right hand side, but I saw him crop up on the left, I saw him crop up centrally. He went where the space was to try and hurt their team, but he did so much great work in that inside right channel. Absolutely amazing, because he that was where the space was, and he turned on it quickly and he was driving into it, and actually, you know, barring a little bit of unforeseen circumstances at the end, we maybe even could have nicked another one, which would have been absolutely wonderful. Diaz obviously is offside, right near the, well, I say near the end, it wasn't because there was a ridiculous amount of stoppage time at the end of it all. But look, the most important thing is that we got the win. Liverpool have some issues that they need to resolve, particularly against these type of teams. But I think, honestly, I'll be honest, you're always going to have trouble away from home against teams that want to get loads of men behind the ball. That's football. Because if you didn't have trouble against that, then those teams wouldn't exist in the Premier League. They just wouldn't. They wouldn't be a thing. That type of football, nobody would play that type of football if it didn't have its benefits. We've looked down on it a bit, A, because we had Roy Hodgson as manager, but B, because, you know, historically Liverpool are a ball-playing football team. But it is, you know, it's a perfectly fine way to play. It's an incredibly frustrating way, and it's always thusly been. So Liverpool, these games, get your wins and take them and run away. And look at the fact that we managed to do it in like really like tense sort of territory. Great. You know what, at least we're feeling, at least it wasn't a drab 1-0. Maybe we could do with a couple of drab 1-0s, but for now I'm happy to live my life and feel feelings, because that's the joy of being a football fan, is feeling those feelings. So yes, how did you get on with the game? How is your heart? How many times have you had to use the defibrillator since since that chance when Alisson saved from Anderson? Brilliant from Alisson, by the way. I'm glad we got him back in the team. That's a difference maker. Having a bit of luck with injuries is another path, a step on the path towards a successful season. So yes, great. Goals from everywhere, drama, and ultimately 3 points. Absolutely adore it. Drop a like on the video. If you like this Christmas jumper that I've got on, look at that. That beauty. Go to redmanmerch.com and grab one. You've got 5 more days before the guaranteed UK delivery is over. Anyway, up the point-stealing top of the league, Reds.